What advice would you give other people looking to do the same thing you did? So those other people out there watching those coin drop videos and thinking, I can do this. What would you tell them?
Tell them it's easy work, right? It's just passive income.
So easy. No, it's another full-time job.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, plus.
Yeah.
Because you have a baby now and it cries a lot.
What have you learned in your experience that you would tell them?
Good and bad, by the way. So we're not trying to talk anybody off the ledge, but it definitely, there's a lot of people that make it sound a little bit too easy and a little bit too good to be true.
It's not easy. You need to use technology and tools. I like to say that ChatGPT and Claude were my assistants and are my assistants. They helped me build my laundromat in all seriousness, write my business plan, help with my SBA loan, every step of the way. I had an assistant with me. It was wonderful.
Yeah, fantastic.
So really use and harness AI in every way, shape, or form, because it will enhance your life and it will put you light years ahead of most of the other laundromats that are out there. If you bring technology in, you do the touch screens, your quarterless, you have free Wi-Fi, simple things like that. It's really going to separate you, your market differentiator there. To go back to anybody that's reading or looking at those coin drop videos, just do it. If you have an inkling to do a laundromat or a hair salon or whatever it might be, laundromats are really cool though. You can do it. You need to understand how much time you have and how much you're going to have to dedicate. You're going to miss out on things. You're probably not going to go on vacation for a while, but it is so much fun. I've had so much fun working on this project, getting it done, because all I wanted to do was have people in there doing laundry. You should have seen when the first customer came in. It was like, they were probably weirded out by how excited I was.
You gave him a hug, right? You're like,
hello, everybody, how are you?
You rolled out the red carpet for him.
For sure.
Yeah.
What about any mistakes you made or risks you took that you wouldn't have? Is there anything that you would have done differently in this process that you learned that you wish you would have known ahead of time?
To pad or ask my contractors to pad future dates on their invoices. Material prices change, freight numbers change. I spent more cash than I wanted to because prices for these things change between when I submit my loan to when I actually got the money for it and we started the project.
Yeah.
Do you have a percentage that you would recommend that people pad their budget with based on your experience?
I think I've heard somewhere around 30%. But I think that depends on what material, what market, etc. So really kind of ask your contractor if you know and trust them. They should be able to help you with that. Like if I had Scott, like, hey, what are the price increases that are upcoming? You would want to know that, right? Just ask them.
Yeah, what I recommend in our coaching calls is 20% on the time and 20% on the budget. And I usually say you're usually not quite there. So 30 is probably a pretty good number. Tell people that pretty regularly. Now, you can mitigate your risk, right? You can work with an industry coach. You can find a great distributor versus not working with a coach. I mean, all these things are going to limit or mitigate your risk a little bit, help you. I always use the term cheat codes. You know, the more people you know, the more you talk to, you know, reading magazines, watching podcasts, different things like that are kind of their own little cheat codes. And the more of that, you know, if you just consume one or two, you know, just enough to be dangerous. But if you consume hundreds or at least thousands of these things, or thousands of minutes, I should say, it's amazing how much they can streamline the process for you and those hiccups that come you're expecting them. But if you're a go-getter, meaning you're passionate about your own time, your own energy, your own baby, that's a big start. If you're working with a rock star distributor this isn't their first rodeo, that's a huge advantage. And they genuinely care about your project and your best interest. And unfortunately, not all of them do, but the best of them do. And then you're working with an industry coach. I mean, it's dangerous to say, but I mean, you're 60% of the way there. So you're still a 40% of variables that nobody can know what's going to happen. I'm sure in some markets, red tape and things like that, permits and stuff can get a little bit more hairy if you're in New York City proper or whatever.